very excited for the next people coming on. I've done so much research about their organization, and I really think it's wonderful to hear from them. So we have Marci and Courtney Ober from the KrazyGirl Foundation and the KrazyGirl Project. And I know for me, growing up as a teen, it was really important to see organizations that really fight for mental health. And I really can't wait to talk to them. It's a mother-daughter duo, right? So it's awesome. So many great guests, Eric. Just surprising me, all these awesome people.
And it keeps going. I mean, you guys think today is good. Wait till we tell you who's on tomorrow. And if you think tomorrow is good, wait till you hear Friday. I mean, we're going to take questions on Friday. We're going to tease it at the end of the show because I want some questions from people. I already have some. I've already given some advanced knowledge to who's our guest on Friday. But trust me, you're going to stick around. But let's not pass up this Grace. I love this mother-daughter duo. Talk about a great, as a father of two daughters, I love what they're doing. So I'm excited for this interview. So I can't wait for you to bring them out.
Yeah. So let's bring out Marci and Courtney Ober from the KrazyGirl Foundation.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Jordan. Hi, Erin.
Good. How are you guys doing quarantine? Where are you quarantined right now?
We're in northern New Jersey. We're in the woods. I think we're lucky, and we're doing very well. Thank you so much.
Great.
Thanks for having us on the show.
Thank you.
Well, it's so amazing. I know when I heard you guys were coming on and I did a lot of looking into your organization, I have to ask you, how did it get started? I know, Marci, you have a huge background as therapist and stuff like that, but how did you guys come together to decide to launch something like this?
After just going through so much together between my mental health struggles and what she has, heard and witnessed as a therapist, we just kind of decided to come together and collaborate and do something that's really going to help people all over the world as far as mental health and mental well-being. So we wanted to start this as an initiative to spread positivity and help everyone to be the best versions of themselves.
That's so wonderful. I know that especially right now in quarantine, you probably have a lot of people reaching out to you, but I want to know how did it get started and what is the organization? It's the KrazyGirl Project and the foundation is part of the project, right?
That's correct. So after Courtney went through a really difficult time with her mental health, and even though I'm a therapist for many years, when you're really trying to help your child who's struggling and suffering get what they need, it takes this to a whole nother level. And being on Facebook groups and seeing other parents that were mostly mothers struggling, trying to help their kids, and understanding that there's really no concise, practical information available. So people are up till 5 a.m. trying to find out what's helpful. And when Courtney came out the other side of her struggles, I said, I think we should write a book. And she was all about that. So we started writing our book together, the KrazyGirl Survival Guide, which is a practical guide, which really has all the crazy menu. And we say crazy with a K because we're trying to rebrand Krazy, because we really do believe that everybody's a little crazy. Our tagline is actually, we're all a little crazy. It's what you do with your crazy that counts.
Yeah.
So we put together the book, which is soon to be released. We're very excited. And then we decided to start a nonprofit because we want the funding from the book to fund initiatives that will really bust stigma and normalize mental health all over the world.
Yeah, I think it's so important that people are accepting and kind towards other people no matter what they're going through. And I think this whole initiative between the book and the Instagram page and the Facebook and the nonprofit, all of these things teaming together are a really great way to help normalize mental health and stress its importance for sure.
And provide some practical information about what can really help in one little package. So people can come to our group and build community, and it's been amazing. It's amazing.
I mean, it sounds like it. I think one of the most unique points about your organization is I love how you've taken back the word crazy, because I think a lot of girls hear they're crazy girl, and I'm very close to my mom, so it's good to see like the pathway of like supporting female entrepreneurship and really kind of breaking through and disrupting the term crazy girl. Right now, there are so many people all over who are displaced with this quarantine. You have the mental health of society right now, of course, just struggling with the daily, struggling with your daily routine. You have a routine. And also a lot of teenagers that felt that their entire end of their school year, for many seniors, their their launch from being a child into adulthood between like loss of prom and graduation has been a huge struggle, and a lot of people are dealing with it very negatively. What are some points that you think people can really do to kind of come out of that, or maybe communicate better with their parents?
I think some really important tips for staying present and healthy mentally, at least during this quarantine, is taking care of yourself and helping to take care of the people you love and care about as well. So I can take care of myself by participating in self-care. Of course, you've heard that term so many times nowadays. So that's, exercising and doing things that you love and participating in things that make you happy, but also helping to take care of, your family and your friends, because this is a really difficult time for everybody. And it's just so important that you spread love and positivity, because there's so much turmoil going on in the world and so much stress and so many, different news channels telling us different things. So just trying to stay positive and keep your mental well-being at a stable place is a really important thing, I feel like, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And the body and the mind are all connected. So whatever we can do to take care of our body through meditation, yoga, food, connecting with other people, reaching out when we're struggling, really busting any shame or stigma that goes with any kind of struggle. We're here to help each other. So reach out, connect up, and prioritize your mental health. It's just the basis of just about everything else.
I love that you guys are talking so openly about this, and what I'd love to, commend Courtney for actually talking about it. I know it's hard. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and I know it's hard to talk about mental health, especially during this quarantine. And, we've had a lot of tears in our household just, from, oh, they're extending the lockdown for, more weeks or months, to, her track season was gone, which you train really hard. And, it's hard, right? And mental health is one of those things, especially coming from the veteran perspective, with so many of my brothers and sisters struggling with PTSD. And then we finally have an athlete like Kevin Love, who's come forward and talked about mental health. And I think it's great. So my question is what advice are you giving to people in general who are fighting the doom and gloom? I've coined my own kind of belief behind it, which is discipline over distraction. So for me, it's meditation, getting my workout in, scheduling the time to physically get my butt up away from work, because I'm working out of boredom now, which is weird. I'm like, hey, let's just work 16 hours because I'm bored. What advice are you giving to folks so they get up and stay active? Because you can get up here and this just can finish you.
Yeah, absolutely. Do something every day to whatever degree you can. Of course, we have to be kind to ourselves, and we don't want to beat ourselves up or put too much pressure. But at the same time, when we prioritize and schedule in self-care activities, whether we're going to cook something or meditate or move or call somebody, FaceTime somebody, just prioritizing that if we are going to be well, it doesn't really happen by accident. It takes work, and you can pick off the crazy menu. Our book has everything from, therapy to movement to, all the different things that can help, but pick something that appeals to you, whether it's spiritual, physical, emotional. What do you think, Court?
Absolutely. I think just everything that Marci said, but also just, doing things that you love, like spending at least 5 to 10 minutes a day, just doing something that you've maybe always wanted to do, or something that you were really good at in the past, or even semi-interested in, and immersing yourself into that. I know, for example, I've gotten really into playing the piano and painting during this, and those are things that I didn't really have time to do during the school year. So just trying to make the best out of a situation that we have no control over is a good idea at staying positive and staying well and staying occupied and just trying to be a little bit productive.
Yeah, for sure. And spend some time with your pets. They're so healing. And love each other, because we're all in this together. We might not be in the same boat, but we're certainly in the same storm. So join together and look out for each other, for sure.
I love that. That's a great quote. I absolutely do. That's so perfect. I love, we're all in the same boat. I love saying we're all shooting on the same hoop. I mean, there's so many great phrases. At least we're all together doing it. That's the cool thing. We're all kind of doing the same thing.
We're all coming up with great phrases that we'll keep on for years and years to come, because we're in a time capsule. One thing I have to really, I really want to ask a question on is, and it's way more directed towards Marci, but I think relationships right now are one of the places that are really struggling for people. Some people are in new relationships and they've been stuck in the new apartment with their new boyfriend that they weren't planning on dating or whatever. Like, or their marriages are not used to being in such confined stages because the kids are there. Or, you know, I'm like staying with my friend and she and I've never lived before, but we're trying to make time to it there. And also parents of kids. There's so many relationship dynamics that I think are struggling right now. What is some advice that you can give towards the self-care of relationship regulation?
I love this question. I'm so glad you asked this. So being a marriage and family therapist, I'm all about relationships. And believe me, I'm no perfect person. I can tell you that this crisis has proven opportunities. With Courtney home from college and also my older daughter, Jordan, her name is also Jordan. She's home, she's graduating Lehigh. She's supposed to be, you know, doing all her senior activities and heading off to the city to do her thing. And she's not so happy to be home. Making sure my side of the street is clean and really working on my relational health, which means I take responsibility. I hold in the things that can be harmful to other people through containing boundaries. I understand that my work, whether it comes from how I was raised or what I struggle with, is my challenge. And this is my opportunity to show love as a verb and to work on being the best version of my relational self with the people that I'm confined with. And this is challenging. This is no easy task, but I think it's a spiritual practice. It's the highest order of love and one of the very best things that we can do for ourselves and our loved ones. And I'm so thrilled to be able to do this project with my daughter, Courtney, who is growing and developing. And I think it's all about relationships. Thank you so much for asking that wonderful question.
I mean, to me, that's the most important thing, right? And I love that you said love is a verb. I think we forget about that, right? We forget that love is a noun, love is something that you feel, but it's a verb, it's an action as well. I am so inspired by your team efforts in pushing this message along. I love the fact that your mother-daughter duo. My mother works with me, so I'm always giddy about that. She'll love this later. But where can people find out more about the KrazyGirl Project and the KrazyGirl Foundation?
Yeah, so for starters, you could check out our social media accounts, which is Instagram and Facebook, the KrazyGirl Survival Guide and Krazy Girls. And then you can also check out our website,
which is just KrazyGirlProject.com. Insta is Krazy.Girls. Our Facebook page is KrazyGirl Project, and we have an amazing private Facebook group for support, connection. We're actually doing these free connection groups where we're grouping people together by age, like Courtney and her 20-somethings, and there's 30s and 40s, and we're just connecting people. They're not therapy groups, they're free connection groups. And if they like it, they're going to spin out into space and they're going to be Krazy Girl connection pods everywhere. And I want to say one more thing, Krazy Girl, you don't have to be a girl to be a Krazy Girl, any sex, any background, any location. We're all a little crazy. It's what you do with your crazy that counts. So that's where we're coming from. Thank you so much
for having us on the show. We hope to come back soon.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm definitely going to check you guys out more and share it with everyone that I know. So thank you
so much.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Eric.
Bye.